daughter's teacher has already completely 100% lost my support. And here's why.
Hey guys, welcome to Human Scars. Please like, share, and subscribe for more videos.
Matter of fact, if you a teacher, you know a teacher, chime in. Let me know if I'm crazy. So my daughter spent 20, 30, 40 minutes in the folder aisle, notebook aisle, picking out all the things that she really, really liked. We did everything on the school supply list, but okay, pick out the folders you like. Pick out the notebooks you like. That was one of my favorite parts growing up of back to school shopping. I get to pick the customized stuff that I want. So she's looking at all these cutesy folders, all these cutesy notebooks, yada, yada, yada. She excited to go back to school with everything that was on her list, but, you know, with customizations and all. So I really thought that putting your names on the school supplies was like a younger kid stuff, just so it doesn't get misplaced, lost, like, oh, these my crayons, yada, yada, yada. But my daughter's in 4th grade. I'm like, her stuff gonna stay her stuff. No, not to my daughter, teacher. Apparently, she took all the kids' school supplies, put it in a bin, like a community bin, and then redistributed the school supplies. In what universe does that make sense? Now, hear me out. It would make sense if you told us that from the jump. Hey, all the school supplies is going to be community school supplies. Just get generic school supplies. I wouldn't have had her spend all that time finding stuff that she loves. I would have just got, you know, she want 5 notebooks, here, 5 black notebooks. She want 6 folders, all right, here, 6 folders, or whatever. If it was going to go into the community bin and she was going to distribute throughout the year. Okay, I guess that would make sense, but tell me ahead of time so my baby not falling in love with some folders and notebooks, and then she's crying because you done gave it to another kid. She watched the notebook she loved go to a whole nother child. And yes, I'm screaming because I'm mad. We gently reached out to the teacher on the little app, and we just wanted clarification. We needed to understand what happened. And her response was saying that Sienna, my child, should have told her that those were specifically her notebooks, and then she would have gave them to her. What, they was hers when she put them in the bin? I'm not understanding. So you're telling me that my child should have questioned your authority? Because my children, as long as it's nothing on the list of things that adults should not be doing to you, my child would go with the flow, because you're an adult that she trusts and she believes that you are doing what you're supposed to be doing. And then she came home and told us, like, she was very distraught and sad about it because she really wanted that notebook. She was under the impression that that's the way things go. Me and my husband looking like, what in the world? So you mean to tell me that I can buy Crayola this, and this, name brand this, and this. Every other, other parents can buy whatever they have within their means. And then my child might get stuck with the, store brand or Rose Art brand crayons and markers. That's that split the bill concept. Like, what in the world? How does my child come up short with the things that I provided for them? I'm not understanding that at all. And if that was the policy, tell us all that up front, and we would have all got generic stuff. Shoot, I would have just gave you the money. Honestly, if you want your classroom to run the way that you want it to run, okay, how about I give you everything that this is going to cost? I would have gave you the money. But they probably can't do that, whatever. But tell me up front, just buy generic, whatever. Everybody's going to share everything. And when I say generic, I just mean not special. Not anything that is customized to my child's personality. Don't do glitter notebooks, because that is what's upsetting. Like, okay, we paid 40-50 cents more for glitter notebooks. We could have just got black notebooks. Now some other child is going to get it, and maybe they didn't have the opportunity to get it. Maybe they did, and they just gonna end up with a random notebook. Why couldn't my baby just keep her notebook? I'm not understanding. Please clarify it. And when I say she lost my support, here's the thing. My kindergartners teacher reached out to all of us saying she would love donations of bulk snacks. We already packed them snacks for during the day. She would love donations for juices, bulk snacks, stuff like that. When I say seconds later, I said, what are your preferences? What type of allergies do you have? What would be the most ideal to keep in your classroom? Y'all also saw that I gave her a big old gift basket, you know, beginning of the school year, a first day of school gift or whatever. That is what I mean by support. When her teacher asked for that, I went and got stuff that same day. Sent her a follow-up email saying these will be here in the morning. We also placed a bulk order from Cisco, y'all, she gonna be set from the rest of the year, of $200 worth of snacks. So she don't got nothing to worry about. The gluten-free kids don't got nothing to worry about if their parents forget. Nothing. The people that don't eat pork, you know, all the issues in her classroom, they're gonna be settled. At least by me. I'm gonna do my part. She can feed kids for the next 2 years for all I care, but I'm gonna do my part. That's what I mean by support, because you have me all the way messed up telling me what my child should have stood up to you and did, when that's not my baby character. That's my character. That was my character when I was a kid, but I don't teach my kids that. Like, clarify for me. I'm crazy. Maybe I'm crazy. Maybe. Clarify if that made sense to do it after the fact. I'm not worried about before the fact, because I would have rolled with that if I had known beforehand. Tell me how it makes sense to take my baby stuff that she loved, put it in a community pile, and watch her stuff go to some other child. Just clarify. Maybe I'm crazy.
As for the whole class either, so sue me. It's early and I'm rushing to get coffee. But y'all, I can't believe this conversation. Mom has been in the educational school system, how old am I? Almost 30 years. She is a principal now at an elementary school. As a new mommy, I have a 2-year-old, so I haven't really started this primary school age just yet. But best believe when my son starts going to primary school, I'm going to do the same thing I do in daycare. Everything that I send with my child is going to have his name on it. And if that bothers you as a teacher, we're going to have a really great school year together. I want to say it was a teacher that made the initial post basically saying that parents are the problem because they put their children's name on all their school supplies, and their intent, the teacher's intent, is to use the supplies for like the community, the whole class and all of their classes. Where did y'all get that idea from? Because in primary school, I remember the school list not only including things just for each kid, but also additional items that you could bring as a donation. Donations are optional, which means the child isn't penalized. There's no uproar if you do or if you don't. It's literally just a great deed to do. But as a teacher, and watching my own mother be a teacher all these years, and even as a principal, she still buys mass things for what we call underprivileged kids, which means we know that there will be families that have hard times and probably aren't able to purchase all of these items. That's where those donations come from, that option. Now, I'm not going to be dense or tone deaf to what's going on in the economy right now, but I feel like this energy that teachers are giving the parents, they need to give to politicians and state administrators, because you can't be tone deaf to everyone. Everyone's struggling. Everyone's going through a hard time. It sucks that they're allocating funding. I can't even say there isn't funding, because there is, but they're allocating funding a certain way that doesn't benefit teachers, which therefore doesn't benefit the students. But that is not the parents' fault, especially the parents who are able to take care of their children and their responsibility, right? You shouldn't be penalizing parents because they're not donating, especially coming from a parent who does. So if I'm buying the basis and then some for my child, and I'm adding to the donation pool, and you tell me that the 3-4 boxes of tissues that I bought for my son, or the crayons, the really cool Spider-Man ones that I spent extra money on, is going to little Susie, we gonna have a problem, because that's definitely not okay. Honestly, the same way I look at it with daycare, I have 1 child. I cannot afford 24 children. I never signed up for that. I never agreed to that. So I don't understand where that theory is coming from with teachers and parents. But parents, you are not wrong. I should be able to, if I want to, support your classroom, but it's never going to be a requirement.
Month that school has started, and tell me why my child's school supplies are missing. My son was given his first homework for the school year, and I'm like, where are your pencils? Where are your crayons that you need to do your homework? All these supplies that he had and went to school with were taken from his teacher. And from what my son tells me, he says that their desks are in 4. So every group has a basket in the middle and they have all the supplies in there. So they're sharing all their supplies, which that's fine. But where's the supplies that go in my son's book bag? Where are his folders? Where are his notebooks? Where are his pencils? Where are his markers? Like, where is all that stuff? I made sure that everything that was asked for was bought. Everything on his supply list was bought. All the extra stuff was bought. So where are his everyday things? Where are they? Because at this point, I should have just kept all his supplies at the house and not gave the teacher anything for my child. And don't give me that shit of, oh, there should be like supplies at home. No, where are the supplies that I fucking bought? The ones that I bought right now, those are the supplies I want. I don't give a shit if he has markers and crayons at home. Where are the supplies that are supposed to be in his backpack? Because they're not in there. They're left in class in their little bin, community bin, whatever the fuck it's called.
Like the moms that are like, I'm not buying communal school supplies. I'm buying for my kid and my kid only. It should be state funded, but it's not. And it's just always so funny because it's these same parents that when the school asks for literally your time, which is free, to volunteer to help out, they also don't want to do that and they're mad about that. So I think they're just angry individuals. I literally tell my kids' teachers every single year, I wish I could buy y'all a Disney vacation. I wish I could buy you your own island. You deserve it for dealing with how many kids you deal with. You think I'm going to complain about having to buy an extra box of tissues? Or sharing pencils? No. I don't even care if my kid's teacher wants to sit in a circle and they all take turns eating glue sticks. I literally do not care. If it says 12 glue sticks on the list, which I think that's what mine is, I'm buying 12 glue sticks and I'm not questioning it. I don't care. Honestly, at the end of the year, I don't want them to come home. So, I don't know. I just don't understand how there's so many people that are mad over just kids sharing. But then you'll be the first that when you're out in public and a little kid doesn't want to share a toy with your kid, you're popping off on mom. I just don't get it. I also understand not everybody has the means to go above and beyond, and that's totally fine. But we don't need to literally ambush the teachers. That's just so crazy to me. So just know, if you're my kid's teacher, I'm not complaining. Whatever you have on your list, keep it on your list. I'll buy it. Even if you send out an Amazon wish list in the beginning of the year, chances are I'm going to buy off of that too. Because you have my kid from 9 a.m. to almost 4, from August to June. You're with my kid the same amount of time, if not more, than me. I'm not complaining about buying you pencils or tissues or anything. And it just blows my mind. Maybe just think about it before you act. That's all.
Money for everything else. Y'all be at that club. Y'all be sending money to that man. Y'all be spending that money on them outfits. Making sure y'all hair done. Y'all can afford a school supply. Regardless of if the whole class is contributing. Even if a box of Kleenex, if it got 60 in there, them kids use a whole box in a day. So yes, we do need each kid in a class to bring it. Unless your kid not going to have no tissue for the next day. Absolutely, 100%. And on top of that, y'all talking about, oh, I'm only there to take care of my child. Only here to take care of my child. Y'all barely take care of them kids. If we gonna be honest. Barely take care of them kids. We be in them schools doing them kids' hair. We be in them schools giving them kids wash rags to go to the bathroom because you didn't wash them properly. We be in school giving them new clothes because you sent them to school with that shirt that still had that barbecue sauce from 2 days ago. So don't complain about no tissue box when we be in school parents and out of school parents. Well, my job description only reads educator.
No, I'm not buying everything on that school supply list. I don't give a damn. Y'all can kiss my ass. I said what I said. I'm not buying everything on that goddamn school supply list. But it's not because I don't want other people's children to benefit from what I purchased for my children. It's not because of that. It's because my motherfucking wallet said, hell no, bitch, put some of that shit back. Matter of fact, don't touch that shit. My wallet said that 2 packs of crayons would fucking do instead of 4. My wallet said 2 would get her through. It's just the beginning of the motherfucking year. So yeah, I listen to my goddamn wallet. Shit, fuck that. I would never fucking punish children for shit that adults could not do or chose not to do, because it's not the child's fucking fault. If you're trying to teach the parents a lesson by not buying enough school supplies so your child can share with the kids who don't have school supplies, you're not fucking affecting the damn parents. The parents don't fucking go to school. Hell the fuck
up by EOD. Yes, end of day. I want this shit over with and done. We already know y'all hate being mothers. We already know that y'all don't like y'all kids. We already know that y'all don't give a fuck about community if you're not directly benefiting from the community right then and there. We already know this. So let's wrap it up, okay? Let's wrap it up. Y'all sitting here complaining about school supplies. Now, I understand. Everybody's not going to have money for schools, for all the school supplies on the list. But understand something. Every single child that is in school has that list. Every last one of them. So just because you may not be able to afford something, the next person that can afford it gets it. And then the community benefits off of that, right? But you sitting up here with the money to do it, spending $145 on the little spray yard backpacks or whatever the fuck they call. Y'all spending money on all this, that, and the third. But y'all complaining about school supplies. Y'all complaining about school supplies. Like, what are we doing? If you don't have the money, like I said, that's perfectly fine. Everybody's not going to have the money. But to get online and complain about having to buy school supplies like this is something new. Like they just came out with school supplies last year. School supplies is not something new. Even back when we was in school, they had the whole list of like 4 to 5 Kleenexes, hand sanitizers, and all that shit. All that shit was on there from way back then. So why y'all acting like this is something new now? Like, we understand y'all don't like y'all kids. Y'all don't like y'all kids. Y'all don't like other people's kids. You hate being mothers. And we already know all of that. So let's wrap this conversation up, baby. It's done.
It's not buy school supplies.
But what I can tell you is if your student is in whatever my room number is, they will not go without, whether you buy them or not. We just don't play like that.
Thank you guys so much for watching. Don't forget to like, share, and subscribe. Also, leave me a comment. Let me know your reaction. See you on the next one.